Hello. So today I'm going to be speaking about influenza. To begin, according to the Health Research Funding Organization, the influenza, quote, kills tens of thousands of people every year, and, quote, hundreds of thousands of these people go to the hospital to seek treatment for it. Influenza is a very serious illness that, if not taken seriously, can be a threat to our health. I'm going to discuss what it is, ways to prevent it, and the effects that it has on our society. So to begin, I'll explain what the influenza is. Influenza is a contagious viral infection that attacks the respiratory system, and basically you get sick from it with varying symptoms. According to the CDC, influenza, quote, is a contagious respiratory illness caused by influenza viruses that infect the nose, throat, and lungs. CDC also states that, quote, when people with flu cough, sneeze, or talk, the virus is transmitted by little droplets that go through the air and infect the nearest person who inhales or takes that in. So the flu is, although it can be very lethal, it's just like any other illness. It can be diagnosed by your basic physician, and you'll be contagious for approximately 5 to 7 days after you are diagnosed with it. So the general understanding of the flu, I'm now going to go into ways to prevent it. You can, the major way to prevent it is to go get the annual vaccine that is formulated for the disease, because the strands change year to year, because the disease or the virus is adapting. So the CDC does research and studies annually to test the effectiveness of the vaccine, and according to their studies, quote, recent studies show vaccine reduces the risk of flu illness by 50 to 60%. This is a major blow to the illness, and it's heavily advised that you go and get the vaccine because it can help your body be tremendously more immune to it. On top of that, you can have good, healthy daily habits such as washing your hands routinely, things like that, just to strengthen your immune system. So finally, I will go into the effects that it has on our society. The flu causes many deaths to our elderly population, and not only that, it can also have complications to young people, people my age, people middle-aged, and it can cause massive damage to muscle and respiratory systems. Johns Hopkins Medicine Institute says the most prevalent complication of the flu is pneumonia. It can cause you to have breathing problems and eventually to have to go to the hospital. The Johns Hopkins Medicine Institute also says that, quote, of those who get the flu, between 3,000 and 49,000 will die from it or the complications. But the majority of those 3,000 to 49,000 are in people 65 years of age or older. So the flu is very dangerous to those who are vulnerable to it, the people who don't have the healthy habits, the people who don't get the vaccine, and that sort of thing. So in conclusion, I hope you take away from this speech a couple of things. The flu is a viral infection transmitted by airborne droplets. There's an effective vaccine that you can go to your local clinic and get to prevent it, and I believe it's clear by the statistics I provided from the Johns Hopkins Medicine Institute that the virus has already made its footprint on humanity, in the sense that many people get killed by it every year. The flu is very serious because it's threatening to our lives if we don't take it seriously, and anyone can be a victim to the flu if left vulnerable. But we can take a step in the right direction by making ourselves more informed on the disease itself and ways to prevent getting this illness. Thank you.